Hey Gold Wingers, it's me, Fortune Teller again, aka Superman, and it is what, 2 days before Christmas, and of course, don't tell the wife, but I went out and bought some more GoPro stuff. Hopefully she didn't buy the same stuff, but I had to have it. So I have been looking at a handheld gimbal for the GoPro for a while, so that when I was riding or doing things on the motorcycle, I could use this gimbal. And there was a couple that were recommended. And I was out on Facebook the other day, and I got an update for a wearable gimbal. And I was like, whoa, a wearable gimbal. Let me check this out. And with as much many things that I do with the GoPro on the motorcycle, I wanted something that would be able to when hitting bumps or taking curves or things like that, the GoPro to be a little bit more steady and would stay level. And the gimbal will work perfect. So I looked it up, and it showed it specifically designed for a motorcycle helmet. Although they, on some of the pages on the website that they show it, that gives you, they actually have it on a long pole and some other items, on a wrist mount, a chest mount, etc. So I decided to buy it. Now, of course, I'm going to open the box in front of you, show you what it comes with. The gimbal's a little bit pricey, but if you're looking for something like this, especially on the motorcycle, and you do other things, this is actually perfect. And because it can be mounted to a pole or a rod or things like that, other devices, you don't need that handheld gimbal. The wearable gimbal actually works perfectly. And it also comes with a remote. Well, it doesn't really come with a remote. You have to order the remote separately, but for 10 bucks, hey, you can't beat that. Anyway, let's go ahead and open the package and see what it comes with. This thing is totally awesome. All right, so I ordered this from the website. Specifically, this is actually a wearable gimbal that is the same maker of the handheld gimbal that I was actually looking at, and it got some fantastic reviews. So I decided to go ahead and open this. Now, this particular company is overseas, and I ordered it from them overseas and got it in DHL in 3 days. So that's not bad. The only difference is that if you order it from overseas, because it comes with lithium batteries, you have to pay an extra $30 to expedite it through customs, and that's why it gets here pretty quick. But if you don't mind doing that, that's fine. But you can find this on eBay, and you can also find it on Amazon. Amazon is brand new, just like this is, and there's no price difference other than the extra $30 for shipping. And I think if you have Amazon Prime, you'll be able to get it pretty quick. So we'll go ahead and open the box. What's nice about it, it comes pretty nice. I thought this was just a really nice wrapping. But as it turns out, it actually comes with a fantastic holder for the gimbal. It's a sturdy case, rubberized, so that when you're not using it, you can store it away. And this is the gimbal setup. Now, some things that I did not know: you get the gimbal, you get the batteries, and a rechargeable. So these are rechargeable batteries, which is pretty cool. You also get some mounts that will allow you to mount it to any rods and poles. You get some charging equipment for this, a buckle, some sticky pads. You get the mounting gear, of course, that connects this to the gimbal. And this, I don't know what that is, but we'll look at the instructions and figure it out. And then, of course, the instructions, and it comes with a warranty card. I don't know what the warranty is on it, but I suspect if it's anything like a lot of the other stuff, it's probably for about a year. and of course instructions on how to set this whole thing up, which we will get into at a later date. Alright, so I took a little bit of time from the last video, or basically I cut it because what I wanted to do was to charge the batteries and get this thing ready to go so I can continue to film. So anyway, here it is. As you can see right now, there's nothing interesting going on. It you know, it turns. The battery compartment is a pretty heavy-duty screw here. One thing I did notice was that it has no gasket. And at first I thought, okay, there's no gasket. This worries me because if I'm out here in the rain riding my motorcycle, you know, water can get into this device, into the battery compartment, and ruin this. So it does have a ridge, but it doesn't have a gasket. But then I got to looking at it, and it really doesn't matter because your GoPro is not in its waterproof case. It's out, it's exposed. So this really wouldn't be used out in the rain. So no longer a problem. Also what I did is I went to their website and downloaded their USB driver, their software updater, and their latest firmware. And I was able to update this device and get the latest firmware update, which the newest update allows you to use a wireless remote with this. I currently purchased the wired remote. It's $10, about $10, but you can now get the wireless. There's advantages and disadvantages to that, but you know, it just depends on what you want. Like I said, as you can see, it basically doesn't do anything. As soon as you press the button, it will self-level, and there you go. It is now in the direction that it points is basically it's going to follow the front of this holder. There's 4 modes. There's 1 tap, which is the panning mode, 2 taps, which is the panning tilting mode. There's a 3 tap, which is the inverted mode, so if you want to have the camera go upside down. And then there's the long tap, which basically locks it into a specific position. So what I like about this is the locking mode. So I can basically find something. So if I find something over here, I can say, okay, I want to film over there. Hold it down, it will tap, and now it will lock into that position. So instead of following the front of this, I can now turn this, and it stays in that direction. And now I can basically do this, and it's going to stay locked onto that. And what's nice about that is if you're going to film something like yourself on your motorcycle and it's turning and twisting, this thing will stay pretty level. It's pretty cool. And then 4 taps resets it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now it will go back to looking to the center. And to turn it off, just hold it down for a long period, and she's now turned off. With the setup, you get some smaller screws that allow you to connect your wearable mounts. And then it will also some longer screws for this area. So this is the GoPro 4. GoPro 3 Plus and the 3 is a little bit thicker, so they give you a longer screw to connect that. I can't show you that because I'm actually filming this with the GoPro 3 Plus. So, but this is pretty nice, nice device. Now, what the remote will allow you to do is you can connect this, turn it on, and it will reset. Once it's turned on, the remote now takes control. Now which I like about this is you can put it in lock position. It is now locked. And now we can adjust this or move this around, up or down, as you can see, with the remote. remote doesn't do much more than that, but it actually will help you fine tune, or you can follow things as you're riding the bike. And now I turn it off. Now, the advantage that I find with the cable, here's one of the neat little items that they send. They send you a bunch of stuff, but one of these is, which I didn't know at first what this was, and I actually had to go look this up. On the back of the device, which is hidden behind the tab, is a plug that this goes into. And the USB plug actually plugs into out here, and then this plugs into the back of this. Once you do that, then you can take your remote and plug it in here, and then run that to your bike. So if you're not using your remote, this wire will allow you to watch the video on your handheld or whatever you have, because the film will go through the device, and then through the wire into your handheld. Or it will actually allow you to charge your GoPro through everything here. So everything here, the batteries and the GoPro itself, will charge as you're going. So that's the advantage of the wire. The wireless will allow you to put this device further away, but this is a pretty long cable, but it's just up to you. Anyway, the price of this, as I said, is kind of pretty pricey. You're talking about $290 for this, plus if you get it through the actual company, another $30 for expedited shipping because of the batteries. On Amazon, you are going to pay about $300, but you don't have to pay the $30 because you can get it. The difference is, with Amazon, you're going to have to pay tax. You don't have to pay shipping necessarily, but you have to pay tax. The tax is going to be higher than the $30. So I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do. Like I said, that is a little bit pricey. But following this right here, I have some demos that I'm going to show you, and you'll be able to see is actually whether it's worth it or not. If you use this a lot, I think it'll be definitely worth it. Anyway, watch about 6 minutes of video, and if you like it, order it from the company. Thanks.